you want, what you want.
Hey Nerd Farm, this is your pal Srsbizniz, aka Nick, and I'm just going to give you a brief overview and some of the strengths and weaknesses of the characters in the game Skylanders. It's a game that plays basically like if you were to combine World of Warcraft with Pokemon, and not in the way that World of Warcraft is essentially raping the Pokemon franchise in the new Pandaren expansion. But there are in total 38 collectible figurines, 4 of which are legendary figures and have enhanced stats. But right now I have 13 out of the 32 original characters, and I also have the Pirate Seas expansion pack. Now, the game plays basically with the portal here, and each figure goes on top of the portal to be downloaded essentially into the game for play. And then throughout the game you gain experience up to level 10. Each character can be leveled to level 10, and they each have one of 2 trees that you can pick for the expansion on that character development, either defensively or their attack power. Now, the first character that I have up here on the portal is my favorite. He comes with the Pirate Seas expansion. His name is Terrafin. He's a sand shark, and that is the one that I leveled to level 10 first. And if you look closely, he's a little humanoid shark person. And when you place him on the portal, they are instantaneously added into your game and registered to your gamer profile. And all these characters retain all the information that you gain throughout the entirety of the game. So different hats that you unlock, different skills that you unlocked are stored, I guess, on a tiny chip inside the figure. Now you can probably hear a couple other of the Nerd Farm employees here, Sammy and Charlie, arguing behind me, my 2 dogs. Now, each expansion set, is what I'm going to roughly call them, comes with your level, this pirate ship for Pirate Seas, and then I have out front here a buff. This is Ghost Swords, which functions as a multi-directional, computer-controlled AoE. The 2 swords go off on their own and actually attack enemies for you. And then I have this other buff here, which is the Dragon Treasure Chest. I haven't exactly found it in the game yet, but it unlocks a treasure chest for you. Now you have, like I was saying with Terrafin, he is a melee character, rather slow, but hits really hard and can be developed into an AoE melee fighter. You have other characters that function, such as Trigger Happy, which is a ranged tech-based character, and there's 8 total elements in the game so far. You have magic, earth, water, fire, tech, undead, air, and life. And each one of those respectively is able to unlock certain areas of the game. Now, I have all of the Earth characters, starting with Terrafin. Then we can move to Bash, who is a rock dragon and is also a strong melee fighter. I haven't used him too much in the game. You have Dino Rang, which is a mid to long range fighter, and you can also gain control of his boomerang attacks later in the game, which is convenient. And he has a boomerang shield that circles him and does damage, which is really nice because in most fights you'll be surrounded. Prism Break, which is a combo character. He fires lasers from his arms, and they can be upgraded about 3 times, and it changes the color of your character. And then he summons prisms or geoprisms out of the ground, and then you refract his laser beam through those, enabling him to AoE bad guys. Then we'll move on to my water characters. So far I have Gil Grunt, which is a single target ranged fighter that is upgraded to an AoE ranged fighter and actually turns out to be really strong. And you have your single target water dragon, Zap, who also can lay down what amounts to electrified snail slime, which is really convenient. We'll move to my undead characters, such as Chop Chop, who he's the only non-legendary figure that comes with maxed out defense stats because of his shield, and then you can upgrade him with his sword attacks. They become vampiric and life draining, or you can upgrade his shield attacks, and when you play cooperative mode, you can essentially become the tank for your friend. You've got Hex, which is an undead elf, and she is able to summon a shield, as well as she can also become a ranged fighter in two ways. She summons missiles from above, as well as she has a ranged missile weapon that she can deploy. And then you have my fire guy, Eruptor. He's a mid to long range fighter, but I don't really use him that often except to unlock doors. Fire doors, that is. He can walk on lava, but his attacks generally aren't that strong. And then back to tech, we have Boomer, who is a troll, and the only good troll in the game. The rest are hell-bent on the destruction of Skylands. He functions as a close to mid-range fighter. Later in the game, you are able to upgrade him to full bundles of dynamite instead of just single sticks at a time, and you can control when they detonate, which is convenient. He starts off really weak and dies very easily, but as he gains the ability to do more damage, he turns out actually into a decent character. Wreckball here, I don't really use him a lot. My girlfriend likes him because he's cute, and he functions sort of like Kirby and Yoshi in that he can eat enemy characters once he's been leveled up, and he also has a tongue attack. Then you have the title character, Spyro, who starts off as a single target character, and one of the starter ones that you get out of the three being Trigger Happy, Gil Grunt, and Spyro. And then he becomes a strong AoE fighter with a charge. But I would recommend getting the Pirate Seas pack and playing the game with Terrafin. That's who I used to beat the game with, actually. And he is very strong from the get-go, and once he is leveled up, generally one hit will kill nearly every character that you would be going against. And each character, when it's put onto the portal, will display its elemental alignment color in the portal. And I can't really show that to you right now just because, excuse me, the light's so bright in my house. But it's kind of nice. It's a little bit of interaction. And all in all, the game's really well made. There's a lot of secrets to be found. Having beat the game, I was only about 48% the way through it. Each level is presented to you with the ability to earn 3 stars, a star for each category being collections, time and goals, and then the main level completion. So all in all, I think it's a really fun game for both kids because of the cutesy characters and whatnot, but also for adults in that it's probably about the closest right now that we're going to get to a Pokemon game without just having a Game Boy. And all of your characters, you can move them from the 3DS to the Xbox 360 as well as PlayStation 3 and also onto the computer. And you can interchange them. So if your friend has the PS3 version of the game, you can take your Xbox or 3DS characters over to their house and play with your stats that you earn. So I would give Skylanders a 8 out of 10 score, being that, it's not the greatest game around in the world, but it is a fun game, and it is neat to have a physical representation of your game there that you can collect and interact with. And it's also really easy to pick up. My girlfriend, she just came in, she's not really a gamer, and she was able to pick up the controller, play with the character, and learn it within 2 to 3 minutes, and then just have fun with the game. So, if you're looking for a new hobby, or you're looking for a relaxing, fun, challenging, but not hard game, I would say Skylanders is probably the game for you. So this is Srsbizniz signing off with our first recorded review. So I hope you enjoyed it, and there should be more coming up. Thanks.